Okay, we're live. I'm sorry, we were already chit-chatting there. I'm unbelievably excited to have in the studio now Katharina Hartmuth of Germany, who has just won the women's TOR330. Not only has she won it, but she broke Sabrina Verjeen's record of 2022 by 1 hour and 9 minutes and has come in 7th overall in the whole field. Unbelievable, Katharina. Like, you've led right from the start. It was a DNF last year. You were hoping for a good result, but this must be way up there in your dreams.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my goal definitely for this year was only to finish, to see the finish line. So now the win and the course record, it's like a bonus, but yeah, very unexpected.
So you were out on your own, as in terms of none of the other women so much around you, but you were sort of back and forth between the men. You were 6th at one point, but did you run most of this course by yourself?
Yeah, so I think the only time it was like, I don't know, maybe an hour that I hang out together with one guy, and that was about it. And then sometimes I saw them in the live stations or other aid stations. But yeah, it was a very solo race, but you know, that's what I like. And that's why I wanted to do this race, because I mean, when you're not in the middle of the pack but are in the front, then you are on your own for most of the time.
So 79 hours on your own. There must have been some lows and some highs. Can you tell us about some of those?
Well, first I want to say that I was luckily not completely on my own, because I had a great crew. And I was always very much looking forward to see them. So that was amazing to have them as a support. Because last year I didn't have crew, and I realized this year what a difference that makes. Because, yeah, there was no one around. And even when I was in the aid stations, usually they were the only people there. So that was great. Now I forgot the question.
But any lows?
The lows, yeah, the highs. So the lows definitely were mostly related to sleep deprivation. So I think the lowest low I had this night when I came down this super long descent to Oyas, which is seemingly never ending. And you can't really run it. It's just scrambling down. And I was literally falling asleep on the trail, because I hadn't slept before, because on the second night I tried to sleep, but I couldn't. So I stopped after 20 minutes. So the plan was then to sleep in the third night yesterday in Oyas, but to sleep there I needed to get there. And on the way there I just realized, okay, now it hit me really hard. And I sat on the trail I think like 3 times and almost fell asleep, but then I realized, no, I shouldn't do that, because behind me there was a huge gap, so no one was coming to wake me up, and I would have frozen probably to death. So that was a very, very low. And when I finally arrived in Oyas, I was, I think, walking dead. Probably, I couldn't walk straight.
Oh my gosh.
But my crew was prepared, so they would be in bed quickly. So that was one low, and I think the other low was actually on Monday in the morning, because there I think I struggled mentally a bit with the remaining distance. I was like, okay, we are running for a whole day now, and still we are not at the halfway mark. So it was a bit daunting, and you know, especially after the first day and night, first 24 hours basically wet and cold. I had used basically all my rain gear already, so that was a bit draining, yeah. But yeah, I mean, on the other side there were very nice highs as well.
Can you give me one?
Yeah, yesterday when we walked up to the Refugio Grand Tour Nalin, it was so nice. The weather was perfect. There were little people, and the trails just meandering next to a small river, and that was beautiful. I literally forgot that I was in a race.
Because we talked about this before, and one of the reasons you wanted to come was to experience that Tor magic.
Oh yes.
Do you think you have experienced it to the max?
Definitely. I mean, it was a tough race for me as well. I mean, for example, my feet, they start hurting very badly on Monday already. So I had 2 days now where my feet were not happy at all. So it was a lot of pain, and then I had some pain with my shins, and then in the end also pain again with my knee. So yeah, it wasn't always fun. But yeah, definitely it was. I mean, I reminded myself so often that, you know, this was always my dream race. It was on top of my bucket list, so to say. I wanted to do it for a long time. And I told myself very often, you know, you are living your dream right now. And it felt like this from time to time. For example, when in the evening we had this super nice light, and it was just super enjoyable. And yeah, I mean, despite, you know, all the craziness going around with sleep deprivation and stuff like that, it was yeah, really nice.
And I won't keep you much longer, but in terms of the people you met, I know you said you were running on your own, but the volunteers, the people of the Aosta Valley, feeling so proud of this race, was that something you feel like you experienced as well?
Yes, for sure. I mean, that was something I already experienced last year when I only did, you know, part of the race. And that was something that actually drew me back to the race, because I realized how involved people are, how excited they get, how just friendly they are, even if they, you know, they stand there for literally days in the cold and wet weather on a mountain, waiting for runners to arrive on a call or on an aid station or whatever. And every runner is greeted with enthusiasm, and they want to support and want to help. And that's unique, and I think that's something what makes this race special as well.
Okay, well, you are our very special guest. Congratulations. What a phenomenal, exciting result. We have been following you step by step all along the way, and we're so thrilled that you spent some time with us before and after. Enjoy your shower and your sleep. And can I tell you, Katharina Hartmuth, you are a giant.
Thank you. Finally, yes.